This video is brought to you by Granger Motors, where you can save up to $1,300 on a factory extended warranty on your new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Chrysler vehicle.
On this episode, we have a good old-fashioned garage match. We've got a traditional V8 powered F-150 versus a twin turbocharged Hurricane powered straight six Ram 1500.
Well, this is my new truck, first one in 6 years. What do you think of it?
Oh, I love it. And also, these are two work trucks.
Yes.
What do you think we should do?
We should take these work trucks up the mountain and see how they perform against each other.
On the iGauntlet World's Toughest Towing Test. You guys keep telling us that we only review the most expensive pickup trucks, but not today. We have an XL work truck, crew cab with a longer bed, and we have a tradesman work truck from Ram, crew cab with a longer bed. They're both 4x4 and they're both at the lower part of the price scale, and we'll tell you about the price at the end of this video. Mr. Truck.
Yes, sir.
I'm so happy for you. You got a brand new 2024 F-150.
I know it. It's 6 years since I had a new truck. This is so awesome.
Awesome. And you went for the big V8, so the 5-liter Coyote. And I want to do this. I want to run your truck on the Ike. Thank you for letting me drive.
Oh, sure. I trust you, the new Mr. Truck.
Yes. And then I want to compare that new Hurricane to it. So the V8 is going to be kind of a benchmark for us. And then we'll compare the new Ram.
Well, cool. Yeah, this doesn't have the horsepower and torque of that inline six twin turbo.
But that's
Ram.
okay. But it's got the displacement.
I know it. Well, it's. You'll see when we come up the hill. When you get this thing over 2,000 RPM, it just purrs like a V8 kitten. It's wonderful.
So on the downhill, we always count brake applications. So we popped out of the tunnel at the top of the world, iGauntlet at 50 miles an hour, tow haul mode enabled. And as soon as it ticks over 60 miles an hour, which is the speed limit, I'm gonna apply my brakes.
Cool. Now, what's this trailer weigh? We've used it before.
So this is 8,600 pounds. This is my first. Can you count these?
Okay, I'll count them for you.
This is my first brake application. I'm so excited because as part of this video, I want to ask you a lot of questions about your truck.
Yes.
How easy was it to find? Why did you choose an F-150 2024 model with a V8? All that stuff. But at first, let's talk about what we're towing.
We're towing your truck.
Yes.
With this Big Tex tilt trailer.
Yes.
And is this a 20-footer?
This is a 20-foot deck. Of course, we've got some tongue, right?
Yes.
So really, it's more like 23, 24 feet. And I weighed this altogether, 8,600 pounds, which is near the maximum of your truck's rating.
Right, mine's 9,200, so you're getting up there.
All right, so we're gonna use the same trailer and compare the two.
Same hitch, same everything. It's gonna be as close as we can get to a honest comparison.
All right, Mr. Truck,
cool.
Let's hook up your Ford.
Cool.
What do you say?
You got that weigh safe on there, we'll be able to know exactly what my tongue weight is, won't we?
Exactly, and this is their new middleweight weight distribution hitch with true toe. So it's steel, so it's a little bit heavier than their aluminum hitches, but it needs to be, tough, really strong.
What is the max capacity on this puppy?
This hitch is, I think it's about 12.5.
Well, that's good.
Something like that.
For a half-ton truck, that's actually a very good weight.
Yeah, it's plenty for a half-ton. All right, so Mr. Truck backed up, and we almost got it perfect. I just got to move. Yeah, it's working. Beautiful. I'm very happy that we have our Way Safe hitch. This is their middleweight weight distribution hitch with sway control. We are towing fairly heavy as always, and this allows us to distribute the weight, raise our suspensions if we need to, and you could check them out at way-safe.com/TFL. It's kind of hard to reach, that's the whole point.
Exactly, I had to get on my knees to hook that up to those chain extensions.
Yeah.
And that's how that is, but yeah.
It's a little hard, actually quite a bit hard to reach.
Yeah, I have to get on my knee. Well, you're on your knee, and that's how that works. But when you're using an adjustable hitch or a weight distributing hitch, you need longer safety chains. These trailer guys that make trailers don't quite figure that out.
Well, your work truck is very affordable, but I know there's a huge problem.
A huge problem?
Brake controller. Where is your brake controller?
Well, I'm using that Kurt Eco. It's under my seat. Can we go get it?
Well, let's hook it up.
Let me take a minute to tell you about this video's sponsor, Granger Motors, and their extended factory warranties for new vehicles. Today, more than ever, an extended factory warranty is a worthwhile consideration. The new cars and trucks coming out pack more amazing, yet unproven tech and complexity than ever. Knowing this, an extended factory warranty buys you peace of mind. If something goes wrong, you're covered for repairs and parts for years after the original warranty expires. A factory-backed warranty means repairs are done by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out and are trained to repair known problems. A factory-backed warranty ensures that your car or truck gets replaced with true factory parts and in some cases upgraded factory parts to fix those known issues. So next time you buy a new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Dodge or Chrysler vehicle, go to Granger Motors for an extended factory warranty. Granger is the #1 seller of Ford Protect warranties and one of the top sellers of Mopar vehicle protection warranties in the country. This volume lets their customers save an average of $1,300, so what are you waiting for?
Okay, so far 4 brake applications.
Yes.
You know, if you had that 373 rear axle, I think it would have been a little bit more controllable.
Right, it would have, yeah, it would have slowed you down
a little bit
lower
more.
gear, just a little bit.
more.
Yeah, it would have been, the RPMs would have gone up a little more. What do we shift, and does it
It's still in third.
Does it kick in at 4,000 RPM, or what's it kick in at?
I didn't notice. That's our number 5.
5.
There's another one, number 6.
6. Looks like you got up almost to 5,000 RPM.
Yeah, so it seems like it likes third gear. I think if it cannot go to second because the RPM would just fly up
I
too
think
much.
all Fords, they love third gear.
Yeah.
And they love when you're in regular level with load, they love overdrive.
Yeah.
Characteristics of Ford.
And it is a 10-speed, so you do have a lot of choices here.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that gives me that low bottom end too. So
Here's another one.
7.
7.
So it doesn't worry me much that it's got that gas mileage 331 axle, because the first and second can be really low. So I have no problem launching with a trailer. I'm old school. I love to have 410s and 373s.
And you do have a long bed option on the screw cab.
I'm 6.5 foot.
Yeah, which is a stable chassis. It's beautiful. It's got a long wheelbase.
Yeah, it rides really well. It's a very comfortable ride. But see, that's what I couldn't get last time. I wanted a 6-passenger so my honey can sit next to me. I wanted a 6.5 foot bed so I can haul more stuff. And I bought in December the last truck, so I was limited on what my options could be.
So you were telling me it took you a while to find the V8 F-150, huh?
Yeah, the Coyote is a rare animal. Doesn't matter what model you get it in, you just don't find them. I looked through a lot of trucks to find this one from Brighton Ford, but look at this. It says V8 on the air cleaner. Then you know it's a Coyote V8.
Well, of course you know. 400 horsepower
And
410
pound-feet of torque.
So it doesn't have that monstrous torque of a turbocharged engine.
Yeah.
But it does have a 10-speed.
And it sounds so awesome when you get up over 2,000 RPM. Now you get a picture how big those frickin' heads are. My God, it looks like a race car. And
Big heads.
big heads.
I also have a big head. So that's 10.
Yeah.
And we're almost done. So, you know, 10 brake applications in a full-size truck, half-ton like this, is not a super great result.
No.
But
no.
like we said before, this is not a specific max tow pack.
Right. If it had all those things, you could do a few more options with how you control the truck.
Yeah. So do you think we're going to get 11? Let's see. We're almost done.
It's wrapping up pretty tight.
It's 11.
11.
It's 11.
So now we're average with a lot of trucks at 11 brake applications.
Okay. But don't worry. I mean, we still have to do the uphill, and we still have to compare it to the Ram. And the last Ram we tested did not perform super great on the downhill either. So we'll have to wait and see.
Well, that'd be interesting. Yeah, this is too cool. That, you know, I'm not bad. It's not bad to me. I'm MrTruck. I can manually shift this, and I can totally control this with a big trailer.
Yes.
So I'm not worried about it.
And
but for the average person, I think they may want to get a lower axle ratio. They may want to, you know, do a few other things. But what I want to do is see how this V8 performs against my old EcoBoost.
Yes. All right, Mr. Truck, let's see what your personal Coyote can do.
Yes, let's go, Coyote. Let's go, V8 rumble. Hear that purr.
Oh yeah, I can already feel it.
Oh, 6,000 RPM, it's loud, it's wonderful.
All right, so we're gonna start at 35 miles an hour as we always do on the gauntlet.
Right.
And then I'm gonna put the hammer down. Are you ready with the timer?
Okay, you're in tow haul mode. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hit the timer now.
Oh, I love that sound. I miss that sound.
I reset my trip meter, so we'll see efficiency, how it plays into it. Ooh, roaring. And 60.
Just right under 18. It might have hit 18.
About
right?
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, guys, we're not going to shut this off till we get to the top.
Yep, we're still measuring time. It's all good. I'm going to be watching your temperatures here too.
That's good. I really love that I have all those gauges because I didn't have the radiator, your heat, your cooling temperature at all on there. Well, I did, and I didn't have the battery thing. I have no idea how many volts now. I know I'm doing 13 volts. I love that.
37 and a quarter. So unladen, the rear of your truck was a little bit high.
Right.
And that was 39 and a quarter. Now here, it's like a little bit more than 2 inches of squat.
Right, but you know why?
Why?
You don't have your spring arms on your weight distributing hitch yet.
Well, we can fix that.
Yes, we can make that work.
Yes. But this is where the difference is. You've got leaves in the back, and then when we test the ram, it's got coils.
Right, and I want to do that too if you can. Go underneath there and see if they're progressive coils or if they're straight rate. And on this, look underneath there and look at that great big thick bottom overload, which is new. And it's got that wedge to actually lift the back end up so it looks better when it's loaded, which I think they should just change the suspension and make that work. But that's what they do. And this is on the max tow package on all those half tons. This does not have the max tow package. For some reason, they just gave me like a max tow package.
These are work trucks.
Exactly.
So payload is super important.
Yeah, it is.
And you have an amazing payload, actually, 2,019 pounds before your accessories, right?
Right, right.
Which makes your truck weigh, let me show you. I just used the calculation. Your crew cab 4x4 weighed 5,181 pounds because of aluminum, right? A lot of aluminum components.
And I do have about 200 pounds worth of tools inside.
Okay.
Which is too cool. But yeah, and I've actually had 2,000 pounds in the back hauling dirt to my yard. So
amazing.
Yeah, and I had no problem. It didn't squat much. It leveled out nicely.
So you've changed your wheel, but the tire is stock, right?
Yeah, it's a stock tire. It's a Pirelli.
Okay. So and you put some Raptor wheels on it.
Yeah.
So this is not a Raptor truck. It's just that Mr. Truck really wanted that look.
Yeah, and that's a Chinese Raptor knockoff is what it is. They put the Ford in the middle of it. I bought those on Facebook, just like I bought everything on Facebook. My running boards, just like I had in the last truck.
All right, so do you want to measure some sound level?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you tell me when.
Let's do it now.
I'm going to call it 62. That's about what it did. That's pretty quiet.
It is very quiet.
Well, that's so weird that we can hear the engine that well.
But it's overall not overwhelming.
Right. Now, that's one reason I probably won't change my exhaust. My mechanic wants me to. Everybody likes to have a little louder rumble, but I want to be able to talk on my phone. I want to be able to listen to the radio. So I'm not going to change the exhaust.
Your engine oil is approaching 258. It's 258 now. So
what would be high? Would be, if we look at the red marks.
Yeah, it's not near red yet. It's getting close to yellow. It's up here, I believe.
Yeah.
You know, the highest temperature oil temp I've ever seen was on a Hemi Ram 1500. It's about 290. Wow. That's the hottest temperature I've ever seen.
That does seem pretty warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You know, it's. Do you like? What do you think about the visibility? I think it's got one of the best visibilities off the nose of any truck.
I like it, and also you don't have towing mirrors, but you do have little extensions. And actually, for what we're doing today, this is wonderful and good visibility as well.
Yeah, I like these. I talk about them in my video. That gives you just enough to see around most trailers, and I hope Ford gives me the regular pull-out factory ones because I always liked those. But this is what works for me now.
you have a pretty high-tech machine.
Yeah.
And you have drive modes for towing.
Yeah, if you can see all the ones on there, like there's normal, tow haul mode, which is where it would be, and it's got off-road, it's got all that. Now here's what you got. You're going to like this menu. Maybe you can see it on the camera or not. But you go to gauges, and you hit it twice. And look at that.
Nice.
All those gauges. The ones I didn't have before was the radiator fluid.
Okay. And then finally, we got to select towing.
Yeah, it's got all that stuff.
I want to add it. Can I add the trailer to your truck?
Sure, put it on there.
Trailer. I'm going to call it TFL Ike. Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay. This is your personal truck. You're very
I know,
kind.
because see, I trust you enough to drive my truck with a trailer.
You're
the new Mr. Truck. You're the new Mr. Truck.
Well, thank you. It's conventional.
Yeah.
Saved, yes. It's about 24.
Yeah.
The width is 8.5. Height is about, what, 9?
Yeah, and I have not tested to see if this measures it as you go around a corner. That might be an interesting thing. I didn't know if it did it or not.
Ram has that feature. We'll show that.
Yeah.
Confirm.
Okay.
TFL active. Yes.
Whoa.
That's nice. And what about
trailer blind spot is ready? I wonder if that.
That's amazing. That's cool.
Navigation setup, trailer maintenance, just like what everybody's doing.
So it seems like on the way up the mountain, your truck likes to be in third, between fourth and third gear, and it likes to be around 4,700 RPM.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm noticing right now.
Yeah, I think about every Ford we tested, they like to stuck in, when they got a trailer on them, they like to be in third, and then when you get a little bit of room or level out, they love overdrive.
Yeah.
I've never seen any truck go into overdrive as fast as what Ford engines do.
We've got a little bit of traffic backing up. So let's look at the timer.
It's bouncing around right around 7.
So I've been able to keep speed limit no problems. So 60-mile-an-hour climb, there is no issue. And I am showing 4.2 mpg.
Yeah.
4.2.
Well, you know, that's good.
Yes.
With a loaded trailer.
And all the way round trip, 7.9. That includes the downhill and all the way uphill.
Yeah.
So the official numbers are 4.2 mpg and a perfect 8-minute run. All right, so we're measuring the empty about 38.5, so almost identical to the Ford empty.
I'll be darned.
All right, so this tradesman work truck, this Ram, has a smaller screen than XL Ford. This is 8.1 versus 12 inches. But I have kind of similar capability, even though the screen is not as big. I can still zoom in, I can still line up.
Whoa!
And I can make it pretty precise. 36 and a quarter. 36 and a quarter on this side. We're measuring the loaded height before the weight distribution. And 36 and a quarter, almost a half. This is 2.5 inches of squat, Mr. Truck. So a little bit more than yours.
A little more than mine.
Yours was 2.25. This is 2.5.
Okay, same weight,
So-
same trailer, same tongue weight, so.
Yeah, but I need to check the springs.
Yes.
Let me climb
See
down.
if they're progressive.
So, Mr. Truck,
Yeah.
the spacing between these two is bigger than up here.
Okay, that's
So
progressive,
the
yeah.
higher it goes. But I'm looking at over here at the bump stop.
Yeah?
You had a little bit more room between the bump stop and the axle, and I don't.
Right.
All right, Mr. Truck, so now it's the Hurricane's turn, right? So this
That's right.
is the new 3-liter twin turbo and straight 6 engine, and it's much hyped. We've tested a couple of them already,
Yeah.
but we've never tested this work truck tow pack, so I can't wait to do it.
Right, it's a little lighter truck than a regular loaded one would be, so you'd think it might have a little more speed or, you know, something. We'll see how it does with the trailer, but yeah, I mean, I've been in 3 of these now, and the more I'm in them, the more I'm impressed. This is the future of Ram. That Hurricane will be just as famous as the Hemi, I predict.
Okay, well, the Hemi was around for what, 15 years, if not more.
Forever.
So of course, I'm a little sad. I'm sad that the Hemi is going away. But this engine is quiet, it's smooth, and let's see how it behaves on the downhill.
Cool, see what kind of brake application she has.
All right, so I'm popped out at 50 miles an hour. My tow haul mode is enabled. I have this button in the center console. I don't know why it's not in my main modes. And it's not showing on my gauge cluster. I have to look to the side to see it.
Okay, yeah, a little tricky.
All right, 61 right now. Brake.
There's the first one.
Oh, it downshifted twice.
Okay.
That's good.
That's kind of what mine did, and this 8-speed. I do like the way they got the brake controller. It's in a very good place.
I'm in 4th right now.
Okay. Wow. Let's see if this thing settles in 3rd or stays in 4th. RPM's a little over 4,000.
Now 2nd.
2 brake applications.
All right, let's see if we can calm this down.
Here comes the rain.
A little bit of rain. I'm not too worried. This truck is still, like the F-150, super stable.
Now, I don't know if you can see this in that camera, but my head, I can take this big hat, and it's a normal hat, 4-inch crown, 4-inch brim. It's a cattleman crease.
All right,
so it's
again,
tall.
This is number 3, right?
Okay, yep, number 3. But I love that they made the cab taller. It fits all my hats now. Even fits you, boy. You have all kinds of room.
Well, this is the new cab, but the heavy-duty Rams still have the old cab.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Well, they'll get it changed because it's a cool thing. I mean, this is the cowboy truck. It's the professional bull riders truck.
Yeah.
So they should have it kind of matching the cowboys.
Okay, this is number 4 now, correct?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not getting a lot of back pressure, from this engine. Not a lot of help. It's kind of accelerating. I mean, I'm controlling it. My trailer brake controller is, working really well. I could check that right there. But it's not slowing me down too much.
Oh, well, your RPMs are pretty high. They're right at 4 and under 4. Yeah, it doesn't seem to. How many times have you felt the downshift?
Twice.
Twice.
Okay, so this is again. Is this 5?
Yeah.
Well, times are changing, aren't they?
Look at a giant plastic cover on this.
Well, this is straight 6. We love straight 6 engines, right?
Yes.
Semi-trucks have had straight 6 diesels for decades. This is a 3-liter Hurricane, twin turbos. You could see both turbochargers on the driver's side.
Oh, they're on the same side. Cool.
Yeah, they're up close to the engine. The cats are also close, so it should be very efficient, very powerful. 420 horsepower.
Wow, and you got more torque than I do.
469 pound-feet of torque.
I mean, this is the future. This is what's going on with the engines these days. I had the past, but I love the sound of a V8. I wanted to get one last time, and it didn't work out that way, but man.
And behind this engine is still an 8-speed ZF automatic.
So it's a German design transmission. So
they've had that for a while. And also a 392 rear axle versus your 331.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit more aggressive and a higher towing rating as well.
Yeah, it's set up for towing a little better than mine is, but I have no problem going up that hill with it. I love the sound of a V8. It just makes you feel macho, man. Macho.
Macho man. I want to be
a macho man.
All right, let's look at the Ram's payload. It says 1,646 pounds. Whoa!
That's like a mid-size truck. What is that up?
Not quite mid-size, but it's quite a bit less than the Ford.
Yeah.
And I calculated it. The curb weight of my truck is about 5,454, which is about 250 pounds more than yours.
Yeah, mine's aluminum. It should be about that much less.
Yeah. So I think Ford is onto something. When they changed to aluminum in 2015,
yes,
they changed a lot of things.
Yeah, and the air dam I have helps with fuel mileage. And this truck has got all kinds of things. It's got the eco mode, so they really walked around that to try to get the best fuel mileage, and I think they have. They really haven't changed the late. Okay, 10.
I'm going to guess we're going to tie on that.
Well, I still have a ways left to go, my friend.
Well, you know, this is a 2025. They
Yes.
changed the height of the cab, but everything pretty much looks the same.
Well, the dash is the
Inside.
same. The cab has been around before since, what, 2019.
Uh-huh.
So that's, so not a lot of changes on the inside.
Well, this thing should be braking really well. 7.
Are we at 13?
Yeah.
Again, 14.
Aren't we to the bottom of the hill yet?
Yes, this is at the bottom.
Wow. That's amazing. And how,
Okay.
Okay, so it drops from 4,000 to 3,000 when it grade shifts.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much over 4 when it's trying to hold itself back.
Wow. Okay, so the final number on the downhill is 14 brake applications. So 3 more than the F-150.
Yeah, yeah.
And both numbers, I would say, are not good. I mean, I want to see something under 10.
Sure, 11's, I'd say, average for all the trucks we've done. I'd
Yeah.
say 11's right there. And yeah, we want it better. Of course, the diesels are all going to be down there at 2 or 1.
Or 1,
you know,
yes.
whatever they are.
With exhaust brakes.
Yeah, so they big difference.
All right, so let's see how this Hurricane climbs.
That's going to be interesting to see how, if it gets close to my times or beats my times, the odds are it's going to beat it. More horsepower, more torque.
All right, Mr. Truck, are you ready
I am ready.
to get this Hurricane up the mountain? It should just race up there.
That could be true.
So the V8 did, what, 35 to 60 mile an hour acceleration up the mountain in, what, 17 or 18 seconds?
Yeah, it was up there. It took quite a while.
All right, so now let's try this. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
And start the timer now. I'm in Toho mode. Good, that's 50. I expect, there.
Okay, it was right under 15.
All right, so maybe what, about 2 to 3 seconds faster. So even though it didn't kick down, aggressively, this Hurricane is just wonderful. I mean, it's just linear power, and it just feels good.
Well, twin turbo should do a lot to it. An inline 6, with diesel is naturally easier to build torque when you're in line.
Yeah, we do have some moisture here. So usually when it's raining, it doesn't help power because, the temperature is lower, so that could help a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's more moisture in the air, so you're struggling to get oxygen into the engine a little bit more.
Now, does this have any of the extra gauges on it or any gauges?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I do have similar gauges to what you have.
Oh, cool.
There. So I can monitor my coolant, my transmission, and my oil temps, and my oil pressure at the same time. Mr. Truck, this is where my tow haul button is, and it has a light when it's enabled.
Yeah.
But I'm used to having some other indicator on the gauge cluster.
Well, there is a gate in the center there.
Well,
or is that how many feet the trailer was?
that's how many feet the trailer is.
Oh, that's cool.
So it knows it's towing.
Well, that's good.
But I don't have any drive modes. I mean, you have many drive modes.
Yeah,
in your truck.
I do off-road and slippery and icy and all kinds of stuff.
And here's my trailer backup assist system.
That's a real small knob on there.
Yeah. So
I've used the one in the Hurricane that I had, and we finally got it working perfectly. But it's a small little knob.
Then look at this. You have a coin holder. I have a brake controller here.
I know. I've got to get an aftermarket one. Oh, actually, I do have one.
Yes.
Aftermarket. But yeah, I was disappointed. I was just glad to see it had tow haul mode. Some of the things that I have to have. It wasn't a perfect truck for me, but it was very close. And I love that middle seat. Here, just push that up and then scoot over here. Come over here and see me, man. We can put a child, we can put anybody here.
Okay.
6 passengers really helps me a lot with my family. So I was glad to see that. I don't need a giant console in the middle. I just need another person sitting here.
All right, let's measure the sound now.
I'm going to say it was 59.
That low.
That's low. I was in the low 60s, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were in the low 60s, but 59 is one of the quietest trucks we've ever tested.
Oh, yeah, you don't
and it
hardly...
makes sense. I mean, this engine is super smooth and quiet.
You don't hardly hear it at all.
This Hurricane is an optional engine. This is not the base engine. Just like your V8 is like one step up, right?
Right, right.
The standard engine in the Ram is a 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. Yeah, the old Pentastar. And this is a $2,700 option. Your V8, it's also what, a couple grand maybe, right?
There's less than a couple grand. Yeah, the 3.6 is really expensive, and the 2.7, there's even an upcharge for it, and it's the base engine.
Yeah, your 2.7 EcoBoost would be the base engine, right?
Right.
And then the 5 liter is a bit above it. But you know what? I was talking to a few people about the name Hurricane, and the Hurricane name itself, you know, it's kind of ruckus, loud, powerful. This engine has a lot of power, but it's not loud or ruckus, right?
No.
It doesn't have that Hemi kind of sound. So it's kind of have a little different character to it.
Well, you start to beat a V8 and how they sound. We love the sound of V8s.
Yeah, well, that's why. Is that why you bought yours?
Yeah, well, I wanted to buy one last time, but the numbers favored EcoBoost twin turbos, which is why I bought it. And everything on towing, on fuel mileage, payload. So actually, this one, they've improved what the numbers are on the Coyote 5 liter. So I thought it's time to buy one because I love that sound. I mean, it sounds like what we're used to as kids. My goodness.
Yeah.
In high school, we all had V8s.
All right, and the time, we had traffic. We were slowed down a little bit, but, you know, what's the time now?
It's 8:16.
Okay. So, including traffic, I think both of them had perfect runs.
Okay.
If you think about traffic.
Yeah.
And 4.3 right there, 4.3 mpg on the Hurricane. So.
Yeah, they're very, very close.
Very close on the mpg, very close on speed and time, except I felt like I had more in this turbocharged engine, and that makes sense.
Oh, you had a lot more pedal left?
Yeah, a lot more pedal left.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good for passing, good for a lot of things. But, you know, I'm only 400 horsepower, you're 420. I'm only 410 on torque, and you're like, what, 469?
Yeah.
A big difference in torque, and that tells the story a lot on towing trucks.
MrTruck.
Yes, sir.
So, the sky opened up, and there's small hail and lots of rain. But let's do the verdict anyway.
Okay.
So, let's just review, okay? So, feature for feature, they're similar.
Yes.
The Ram has a couple more additional options. For example, adaptive cruise control, which is a nice option. Trailer backup assist.
Right.
Built-in brake controller. LED headlamps.
Tonneau cover.
And a tonneau cover. So it has a few things.
Yeah.
On the downhill, the Ram did worse. The Ford was better.
Yeah, was it 14?
14 versus 11.
14 braking, that's a lot. Yeah.
On the way up the mountain, at least today, you know, under the difficult conditions we encountered with traffic and some other items, they were very similar on the way up.
Yeah, you were a little quicker in 60 seconds.
Yeah, acceleration was quicker.
Yeah.
The cabin was quieter in the Ram. Yeah. So overall, this is a wonderful place to drive.
Yeah.
As far as comfort and quietness. Then fuel efficiency was the same, but the Ford has a bigger tank.
Yeah, 36 gallon versus 33 gallon.
Yeah, and this is an optional big tank in this.
Yeah, Ford all half tons now are 36 gallon.
So I would give it to Ford on the tank and range.
Yeah.
Definitely. But then pricing. The Ford MSRP you paid for your truck is $51,400. Wowza.
Okay.
What's the Ram?
The Ram is $57,235.
Wait a minute. That's almost $6,000 of difference.
Yeah, $57,235. 57 versus 51.
Yes.
Yeah, $6,000 more for this.
Wait a minute. It says your 5 liter is no charge option.
That's what I was saying.
They didn't charge you anything for this.
I didn't think it was, you know, you thought, like this one doesn't have, what's the surcharge on this?
$2,700.
$2,700, yeah.
On this engine.
Yeah, I see. I think I even saw something on 2.7, but we know the 3.6 is like, what, 3,000 more?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, so see, I save money everywhere.
So I would say, I mean, your truck is not like a true towing rig, because you wanted kind of an all-arounder, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to go a little bit off-road, dirt roads, tow over 9,000 pounds, which you have.
Yeah.
But $6,000 is a lot of difference.
That is, and you add up those things, the options you were talking about, the backup assist, the tonneau cover, the adaptive cruise control. That might be what, 2,000?
Let me see.
You got the list.
So, in the end, tradesman level 1 group is about $1,700.
What does that
Bed
give
utility group, $945. Trailer tow group, $1,345. So
you would get a surcharge for their locker on the rear, and maybe the axle.
Tonneau cover is $550. Rear axle ratio for towing is $195.
Oh, that's cheap.
Anti-spin differential, so I do have an anti-spin locker.
Right. Yes.
So, anyways, even though both trucks are really good, comfy, I think your truck won today. Hands down. I mean, for price.
Well, yeah, price is a big deal.
Downhill performance, a range.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other choice. F-150 wins today.
Yeah, for me. And see, that's how I looked at them when I compared 6 years ago. I really wanted the V8, but the 3.6 V6 twin turbo got better fuel mileage, better towing, better payload might have been off, but it had everything and fuel mileage, and so that's why I got that.
Yeah.
But this year I really wanted to get that Coyote, the V8. So I did.
So there you go. I mean, you could bring the price of this Ram down if you deselect some of these options. But still, I think you have more payload, better price.
Yeah.
At least today, Ford wins. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Check out store.mrtruck.com.
Yeah.
For all the accessories for trailers and trucks, and we'll see you next time.
So it's 6,000 difference in price, or was it 7,000? 6,000.
6.
And see too, I mean, I could, if I would have bought an STX, which would have had all that, the next level up, that would have been about 3,000 more.
So it would have been closer to this one.
Well, yeah, it would have been still cheaper, but difference.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Yeah. Well, that's what there is. Now I'm going to say that about this truck, because the room for the hat, the power, the quietness. I mean, this would have been on my buy list. I mean, I knew what I was going to get with this V8. I really wanted that little inline 6 diesel with GM, but I could never get the price where I wanted it. So I don't know. This one might have been my second choice. I really like this truck.